do you? No bitterness.
There we go. It's finally starting. There we go.
Hello, Table of Geeks. This is Jose, and you all know. Say your name.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it. You seemed so ready. Well, no. Now you got to say it. Yeah. There we go.
That's my fault for being spontaneous, I guess. Well, hello everyone. It's just Ali and I right now. Coot unfortunately is not able to join us, but he will be back. And Emma will be joining us in this episode shortly. She just got stuck in traffic, and Ali and I are just basically impatient. So I want to say happy Pride to people. It is time of recording June, and that is Pride Month. And so we decided to go ahead and talk about pretty much representation in our favorite forms of media, what it feels like to be a member of the LGBT community and a geek at the same time, and all that fun rainbow gay stuff and bi stuff and
Yay!
trans and everybody.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see all of the gay logos that all the corporations are going to start releasing, except for their handles that are in the Middle East and Russia. I think some places in Africa as well. I think also Brazil. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, yay! They're going to take all of the rainbows. And then as soon as July 1st hits, bam!
Except for Skittles. Skittles does the opposite. It goes white.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. Is that like white power?
I mean, I think it's sending a message that they don't really want to be sending out there. But
yeah,
I mean, I get why they're doing it. But here's the problem I have with the Skittles going all white for Pride Month and getting rid of its rainbow.
Just be gay all year round.
Well, there's that. There is that, and it is all gay all year round. It is rainbow all
no,
year
it's
round,
not.
except for June.
Exactly. That's not all year round then.
Okay. For 11 months out of the year. But the reason why I don't like it is because I love all the Skittles flavors except for one, and that is grape.
Yeah.
Anything grape flavor. I love grapes themselves, the real fruit, but I hate grape flavored candy and soda and stuff like that. So when I open up a bag of all white Skittles, I don't know what the fuck flavor I have in my hand. If I accidentally pop in a grape, I will get pissed. So that's why I don't like it.
And you're going to have your gay rage.
Listen, hell hath no fury like a gay man slightly inconvenienced.
Did you like how every single episode you have talked about being gay, and now there's an entire episode dedicated to you being gay?
Gay. Yes. I mean, it's not dedicated to me being gay. I mean, I believe that I am not the only LGBT plus person on this podcast.
I think all of us are LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A, B, C.
I believe so.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
No, that's it? Okay. Did you forget the alphabet?
No, but I just realized K, L, M, N, O, P. It's like it doesn't go with the rest of the song. It just completely ruins it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So I see you got your pride written on your whiteboard, so you are all 100% ready to go. Plus Wonder Woman! Isn't she a gay icon too?
She has, yeah, I mean, I believe so. I've seen articles about it, and then a lot of people were always speculating whether she was a lesbian because she grew up on an island of only women, or if she was bisexual. And I mean, we've seen her fall in love with Steve Trevor and so on, and so I know that she was at least bi, and it was recently confirmed. I forget how many years ago. It was recent, but it was a few years ago. I believe that they confirmed that she was indeed bisexual. Which would make sense because I mean, you're living in an island full of women. There are no men, and you preach love. So I'm assuming that you loved somebody on that island.
Is it lesbian if you don't have an option?
I guess not.
Isn't it then just monosexual?
I mean, I guess. Now, if anyone wants to leave a comment on here correcting me, please do, because I will. No, please do, because I honestly don't know. I'm more of a Marvel person than DC, so I have a lot of catching up to do when it comes to Wonder Woman and her lore. But has she ever been pictured dating a woman after leaving Themyscira? or is she only dating men? 'Cause I know Steve Trevor was a thing, and I feel like there was somebody else. Like she's had flirtations with Batman. She dated Superman briefly. All these
Don't
very
they get
hot and
together in that version where Superman turns evil because the Joker killed Lois Lane?
injustice. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it
Well,
up.
she was with him there because I love those games. She was with Superman there. Um, but there in the New 52 when that first started, him and Wonder Woman had a thing. They're not a thing anymore. And then there've been more retcons since then, more reboots and stuff that I can't keep track with DC anymore with all these reboots that they do. But yeah, but I believe she is confirmed to be bisexual, but I don't remember seeing her on panel with a woman, unless it was like an alternate reality. Um, but that's the thing about representation is I love it when I see it on panel in comic books, when I see it on screen on video games and movies and TV shows. What I don't like is when they have a character on any form of media and then that media is over. Like we've had our series finale, the movie came and went, and then the director, writer, creator, whoever says, "Oh, by the way, so and so is gay." Yeah, but you never showed that. You never
Yeah, so
even
it doesn't
mentioned
really
it.
count.
So it means nothing to me. Like I don't like queer coded characters and stuff like that. I want someone to like actually be that or questioning. Like we had a character in a Power Rangers movie who was questioning their sexuality, and I think that's totally fine. That's part of the LGBTQ. That's okay, but don't portray someone as heterosexual or just celibate and then say, "Oh, why was this character never dating anyone? Oh, because they're gay." Then why couldn't they have dated a man or if they're a woman or whoever?
I was busy looking up Wonder Woman, and I did see that she had at least four lady lovers.
Oh, and who are these lady lovers?
Oh man, I have to go back and look at it again.
No, no, you don't. It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
The one thing I will say is though they were pretty much all from Thalmouthsilania.
The mascara.
Yeah, Mascara Land.
Yes, mascara land. Yeah.
But the thing that you mentioned, I actually thought was very interesting because there is a very interesting topic that I remember reading long ago that involved Fallout New Vegas.
Hmm.
For people who don't know, which I'd be really surprised because Fallout New Vegas had a huge surge of popularity thanks to the Fallout TV, streaming show, I guess, thanks to Prime. But there are two homosexual companions that you can have. One of them, I can't remember what her name is. It starts with a V, and then there's also a scientist who's a dude. I can't remember either of their names right now. I just know the girl is a part of the Brotherhood, and the guy is straight up just a scientist. And something that is very interesting is that when it comes to the girl, you very quickly learn, yeah, she's a lesbian. It was a huge issue with the Brotherhood because their whole thing is repopulating the Earth or the country with non-tainted people. So they kind of had a problem with her being gay. Then,
Hmm.
so you find out really quickly she is a lesbian who happens to be a part of the Brotherhood. For the scientist, you don't know jack shit about him as far as his love life goes unless you are playing as a guy who has that one perk that makes it to where if you're a guy, you're still able to deal the 10%. It's like the whole Lady Killer and Black Widow perks that you can get where you deal more damage to the peeps. So it's like you have to do a whole rigmarole to figure out his history, and you find out, yeah, he's gay. So I view him as like a character who is a scientist but happens to be gay. So it's interesting how in media there are these people where their sexuality defines them as a character, basically like a
Hmm.
token character. You have your token person of color, you have your token gay, you have your token woman, and then you have these characters where they have something else that is defining them, whether it's a search for knowledge, uh, a tragic past or something, and then they happen to be gay. So, which one do you prefer? Because it sounds like you lean more towards the uh, gay but happens to be, or gay and a.
Um, no, that's a very good question. Because sometimes when people say they want representation, they're not really being clear on what they mean by that. You know, because there's times where I'll be watching something with someone and a character will be revealed to be gay, bi, some kind of sexuality other than straight, or they'll be revealed to be like non-binary or transgender, and so they reveal their gender identity. And even the people that I'm watching it with who are also LGBT plus, they'll say, "Oh, that's just cheap pandering. Oh, they're trying to please us. It feels forced." And then when we watch something and there's absolutely no representation for our community, um, we're like, "Oh, well, this sucks." It's kind of hard to please everybody. But as far as pleasing me goes, I don't need like a whole episode or an arc of a coming out story. You know what I mean? Like a character can already be out and whatever. That's totally fine. Not saying that we shouldn't show those stories because it's still not an easy thing in this day and age to come out. It's easier than it was back before, any of us had to worry about it. Back in the day, it was definitely a lot harder and unsafe. But it's not as bad as it used to be. But it's still not always a fun experience for people. So they should show that. But I'm okay with just showing a character that is gay and we know they're gay. Okay, fine. But I don't want that to be their main character trait. Like it's all about gay, 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 gay. Gay. Because yeah, do I mention that I'm gay for comedic effect in a lot of our episodes? Yeah. But honestly, like when I talk to you in person, I don't really be like, oh, you know what? Because I'm gay, I'm gonna try this cupcake. Like we met in real life recently, and I wasn't going around being like, hey, by the way,
Did I say that
uh,
I'm gay?
I'm gay. Have you noticed? Like I don't do that, and that's just not how we live. You
Yeah.
know, um, Being gay is not like I always tell people, and this is not always well received when I say it. So I want to make sure that I explain what I mean. When I say that I'm gay, it means that I am obviously attracted to other men. I'm not attracted to women. I'm attracted to men. That is where it begins and where it ends for me. You know, um, it doesn't mean that now that I'm out of the closet that I all of a sudden have to love fashion and I have to dress in drag or that I have to, love Broadway musicals. Nothing
Broadway
wrong with
musicals
like
are great, though.
I just saw Hamilton. We had my husband and I had date night yesterday and we watched Hamilton on Disney Plus. Um didn't really care for it, but
Oh,
I do like musicals. I do like some musicals, but not all. I'm not crazy about them. I have a friend named Dan, and he is obsessed with musicals. He actually does local community theater here. He does musicals. He got my son into musicals. My son has been in two so far: Rainbow Fish and Wizard of Oz. He's gonna be in another one this summer. So, musicals are a part of my life, whether I like it or not. But I don't like musicals because I'm gay. I don't dislike them because I'm, when any reason. Like if I like something, it's because I, Jose Ortiz, like something. It's not because I'm gay or whatever. That's what I tell people when people ask me about advice about coming out. I'm like, look, coming out, the only advice that I can give you is be safe about it. Make sure that who you're telling is someone that you can trust, that someone that's not going to freak out on you, which you don't always know, unfortunately, until it happens. But make sure you're safe doing it. Yay, lesbian!
yay!
Did she hear us?
Speak, damn it. Oh,
Hold on. The big reveal. The big reveal or reveal. Yay!
yay!
Oh,
So,
like
hey, anyone who's been watching our episode and has been wondering, is Emma alive?
The
Emma
answer
is
is no.
alive.
nah.
What?
What?
So
Uh,
Emma, just to catch you up, we did start a little bit because time crunch and stuff. But this is our Pride episode, and your background is very like Skittles doing Pride Month, like all white.
Yeah, I was gonna say, huh? You're a little skittle over there, aren't you?
But why don't you, if you feel comfortable, you don't have to, but why don't you explain a little bit about what's going on with you? Because you haven't been in a couple episodes. So I mean, if you're comfortable, otherwise we'll go right back to being gay.
No, it's okay. We can do both. I've been in a huge move process. I've moved 2 states away. I have finally just gotten everything set up at my new place. My mom actually flew in from Germany. So she was here for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, helping me take care of stuff, getting things set up. I just started a full-time job, so instead of being unemployed and loafing around the house all day, I'm now working 8 to 5, which is my work clothes, so that's fun. But yeah, it's just been a big transitional period for me. But it's finally starting to like slow down and find a routine, which I'm very happy with. I
Mm,
will eventually have this space will be dolled up, or I will be in another part of my apartment trying to like actually have a cute background. But for now, yeah, it's Skittles rainbow. But
Well,
no rainbow. I can be the rainbow. That's fine.
I was going to say your walls might be Skittles in June, but you're cute enough. So there you go.
there you go.
Thank you.
So wasn't done giving my answer, but I want to at least let you know what the question was. Um, Ali was asking, like, what, as far as representation goes, what is it that I prefer? Like characters that are kind of like in your face gay, where it's like gay, 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 or characters that are, they're gay, but, stuff like that. And I was saying that for me, I like a character that is gay, but that is not their entire personality. You know what I mean? Like they're basically a giant walking rainbow. I like characters that have interesting stories, conflicts, things that they're struggling with, or things that they can accomplish by the end of the movie or season or whatever. I like characters that are layered, and being gay is just part of that. Like I was saying, like when people ask me about coming out, I say just be sure that you're safe coming out, that it's not gonna cause you any kind of harm to do so. But other than that, that's it. That's about it. Just tell people you're gay, you're a lesbian, you're bi. That is it. Because if you liked football and other sports and stuff, I can't think of any other sports. Sorry,
Hell
I
yeah,
am
brother.
um, but if you like sports and stuff, football and whatever, before you came out, guess what? Now that you're out of the closet and you're gay or whatever, you can still like and play football. If you liked fashion before coming out, keep liking fashion. Don't let people call you a stereotype. It is what it is. It's a rainbow for a reason. We are all different, and we like things not because we're gay, bi, trans or pansexual or whatever. We like them because of who we are.
Well, I thought
And
I actually like titties because I am bi.
Well, okay. Well, I like dick and pecs. And that's okay. But that's about it. Oh, sorry for anyone. This is not a show for kids. So if you're like,
It's a pride episode. It's
yeah,
yeah,
if you if you're a young, I mean, any episode of ours, really. I mean,
that's fair.
Allie is in these episodes, so
That is fair.
um, I'm a saint. I never say anything dirty or wrong. So
I'm over
Ever?
here talking about
eh,
titties, and you're over there bringing out the cock already. Cock a doodle
I mean,
doo.
at least I was talking about human cock. I wasn't talking about alien tentacles or anything like that.
You
Okay,
say
and
that
so
like that's
just
a
now.
bad thing.
That's what I'm hearing. That sounds pretty
He's
nice, to
over
be fair.
here being just like, hey, listen, I'm a gay man because
This is
I
Mr.
like on a
This is
human dick.
this is Mr. We don't kink
Oh
shame
my
on this
god.
channel, but
Yeah.
like
No,
this
I
sounds like
don't.
kink
I don't
shaming.
know. It really
You
sounds
are.
like kink shaming.
Yo. Okay.
There was once a time where
Emma's gone for like 90 years from this podcast, and automatically she just comes in swinging.
Swinging,
there was
swinging, ready to
once
go.
of course, as with every place, there is multiple adult stores. I will say the one near you, Jose, damn, that's a full-on outlet. They're just like big billboard, come see some fat tits shaking here. But
Are you
uh
talking about the one near Denny's?
yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want pancakes. But I guess I'm getting a show at
Well,
the same time. Hell yeah, brother.
I mean, you can get some syrup for your pancakes there. It's
I'll
just
get
like
Oh,
syrup for something else. It won't be for
oh,
pancakes.
oh.
Oh, wait a minute. You said something other than syrup for being sticky. I don't know if that's sanitary. I don't think it is.
I mean, I don't yuck your yum. Okay, so
Well, I ain't going to yum your yuck either. Because then you wouldn't be gay. You'd be
ew,
bi.
ew.
But back to the moral of
Okay.
my story. So there was a adult outlet that is right across the road from a bowling alley, which is really hysterical because you just see all of these kids and then you just literally step outside and there's this hill, but the hill has a tiny little cutout, a little crevasse, if you will, so that you can see the big adult outlet boutique that is just peering, just like, hey, y'all, you done having fun with your kids? You want to make another? But
I mean,
so, my roommate went in there once and, they were kind of just looking and they were just like, huh, pregnant mom porn. And they started like saying something about it because they were just like, oh, she a prego mom. Do you think the baby knows what's going on? Should it be concerned? Is it going to have damage now? And
is the
the
baby
guy.
gonna get paid?
Oh my
Like, they're
god.
Oh
kind of
my god, that's right. He's a third
They're-
participant.
it's in a starring
No,
role.
no, 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 no. Moving on. Moving on. Line.
Do you
Crossing.
think?
The right hates us enough, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you right. You right. Bet.
Advocating for workers' rights, okay? That's all I'm advocating for.
I'm just wondering when is too much too much.
Is that
Yeah.
child labor laws? Sorry, I had to.
No, that's not. I think there's a badunce sound somewhere in here. Where
I
is
think
it?
there is. I think the moment has passed.
Okay. Well,
But
Or not.
so
Still good.
the guy who worked there was very upset because he was just like, "You're not allowed to kink shame here. If you keep it up, I will be forced to kick you out." And it's just like, bruh,
Yeah.
there's a baby in
I
that
mean-
stomach.
I mean, that is what pregnancy usually means.
I feel like
Now-
that's one way to get multiple sclerosis. I'm sorry, Coots.
Oh, okay. Well,
I realized
So,
the error there.
so let's go ahead and
Oh my god, what if that is the secret this entire time? We aren't able to fix it through medicine, but our parents have caused it.
you had
so
that cute ready to go.
I did. So let me ask you guys something because, like I mentioned earlier,
I'm
before Emma,
married.
before you hopped on. Oh,
I
unfortunately,
know.
so am I.
I'm
But,
not.
yeah.
Emma, I have a question. What's your
Will
favorite
you-
Skittle?
What? Well, hold on. No, that's important. What is your favorite Skittle?
I like the red ones. The red ones or the purple ones the best. I know that they all have the same flavor.
And that's how we know you're
they
not
don't.
straight.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, the
No, they
fuck they
don't.
don't.
Oh,
They're all
fun
flavored.
story.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll
She's trying
go
to cover
on.
up the mistake right there.
Tropical Skittles are the best, and if anybody disagrees with me, you're wrong.
No, they are. They're very good. And I don't care who says
don't
what.
like 'em.
I love sour foods. I really do. Sour candies are delicious. I would eat sour gummy worms, sour gummy bears any day of the week. Sour belts, cool, great. Sour Skittles, miss me on that shit. It's like Captain Crunch. It tears up the roof of my mouth so fast and it's uncomfortable.
Emma, I am in 100% agreement with you. I love sour candies, especially the sour belts that you mentioned. Love it. But the sour Skittles, nope.
I like the Sour Patch Kids watermelon. That is
Oh, the
tasty.
watermelon ones are so good.
They're so good.
So good.
Jose, you keep it up. I will end this stream early. Recording.
My brother-in-law recently bought me Sour Patch Kids Oreos.
What the fuck
And-
is that?
Yeah, it's
How
the
are
white.
those?
They're not good. My kids love them.
Aw.
I didn't like them. Brandon, if you're watching this, I'm sorry you found out this way, but I didn't like them. But your nephews love them, so that's always good.
You know, I
but
bet
yeah,
I would like them because here, wait. Because so far, everything that you have said you love or dislike has been the incorrect answer.
wait. Oh no, hold on. I got one that I think you will agree with, and I think we spoke about this before. Speaking of Skittles,
Uh-huh.
Emma, I know. What do you feel about them changing lime to sour apple? And there is a correct answer.
I don't know. I feel like I'd have to. I haven't tried them since they've changed from lime to sour apple, but I feel like I'd have to try it first. But then if they've stopped making lime, how am I gonna have a control, like to taste the lime? You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. They already have a lemon Skittle. Maybe sour apple would be a needed, like, nice change, but also probably weird.
They do have specially marked bag. I mean, I don't know if this was temporary or not, 'cause people were complaining about it. So they bought a bag with lime back in it, and I was like, "This better be temporary." And thankfully, it was. We're back to sour apple because I like the sour apple green better than the lime green.
This is
Really?
true.
I'll have to try those.
Yeah,
Fun story.
this is
So
an
I lived in
episode all
Europe.
about Skittles.
Pride, Skittles, obviously taste the rainbow.
It's not.
Uh,
It's
Taste it
not
one
good.
way or another. Mm.
so I lived in Europe for about a year, and I most things are the same. But when I would go to like the little like we had a little, it wasn't like a grocery, it was like a small grocery store. It had a butcher and a bakery inside of the grocery store. Like it was a
So
whole
a
thing. It was Europe.
convenience store. I live
Yes, but
right next to
a
one.
butcher.
Yeah,
It
so
had a
does
butcher.
mine.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, it was
We
fancy.
have
We
them
don't
in
have anything like that.
America.
We don't have anything like that in the deep
It's in
south. We got
Pennsylvania. The South especially should have it. You people should have nothing but butchers in every
Oh
single
my.
gas
well,
station.
we do have a Circle K. As we have as many Circle
The
Ks as we
fuck
have
is
churches
that?
now. So it's a convenience store gas station thing. Anyway. All right. So I'm in Europe. I'm at the convenience store gas station grocery store. It's not a gas station grocery store.
It's a
And
convenience
I'm like,
store.
I want Skittles. I want Skittles really bad. I haven't had Skittles in a really long time. So I went, I bought me a pack of Skittles, same packaging, same flavors, Skittles, regular Skittles. I go home and I eat those motherfuckers. I cannot eat them. I don't know what it is. They changed the fucking flavor. They changed the entire recipe for Skittles in Europe, and they're god the fuck awful.
It's the
Come to
sugar
find out, come to find out, apparently, and
and the
I
food
don't have any
color.
sources for this. This is from word of mouth of other people, so I could be entirely wrong. But someone that I do trust told me that they did come out with a study that said that Skittles have like they've been directly shown they have cancer causing agents inside the recipe for Skittles. Um and they can't serve those ingredients in Europe. So it was
Wow.
actually a completely different recipe for Skittles in Europe, and they are nasty. Sorry if anyone from Europe is watching this. Your Skittles are wrong, disgusting. Give me
Yeah.
back my cancer-causing
Yeah.
carcinogens.
Put the
Carcinogenic.
cancer back in.
Cancer candy. Cancer candy.
Taste the tumor. Anyway. Uh,
Oh,
sorry. I am so sorry. That is not something I should be joking about. I'm sorry.
Whew.
Anyway,
This
so
is
we
Mr.
talked
I
about.
never say anything wrong ever.
should have heard him in person.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can. Oh, well, yeah, you can acknowledge. I can acknowledge when I say something wrong, unlike some people who just won't ever admit to it. I'm not referencing anybody here. I'm referencing somebody else.
He's
Uh,
pointed right up at you. Well, oh, it was your
well,
husband.
Oh, it's Coots. That's what we're talking about. Got it, got
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, my podcast husband, Coots. Yeah. Hi, Jill. But anyway, so my question is, what does representation mean to you? I mean, specifically for LGBT. I mean, obviously with people of color and stuff like that, that's important too. Women, but as far as LGBT, that's right. Um, I'm assuming that was a female dog. But what does representation mean for you guys? As far as like what is important to you? We'll
Um.
start with
Oh, we're starting with Allie. We're starting with me.
Emma.
Ah, okay. I've talked about this in the podcast before, but I will never forget like when Wonder Woman was released. I didn't really understand. I mean, I knew what representation was and I knew it was important, but I'd never really experienced anything about representation before until, 2017 going to see Wonder Woman in theaters. I to this day I will cry, I will tear up. I will just thinking about it, watching her. And it was campy, it was cliche, her charging across no man's land because she's a woman. But
Mm-hmm.
genuinely, like there had been no female superpowers that were realistic and clothed, and granted she is still kind of sexy, but clothed in like armor, like using a shield and being a badass and a hero until I saw Wonder Woman do that, and I was like, whoa. And it was life changing, it was incredible. um I will say, like you were talking about how you really like characters that are layered. So being gay is a part of them, but not their entire personality. My big recommendations are Shira. and the Princesses of Power on Netflix, which is just it's just really good. And then the biggest
It's
one,
so
and
good.
I saw this movie probably about a year or 2 ago, but I just rewatched it recently, and it's incredible. It's a little cheesy, but it's really good. But Nimona, it is on Netflix. It's a Netflix special,
Mhm.
and the main character is gay. Well, the main character is Nimona. I don't think she has love interests, but the other guy is gay, and it's just a part of his personality, and it's really good. Like, and it's very
Mhm.
layered, and it's
I've seen it.
phenomenal. It's so moving. Yes, Allie.
I thought Nimona went by they them.
Oh, do they? Oh, I feel bad now. Never mind. Well, then Nimona is layered too, like that. I didn't know that.
I'm not 100%. I'm sure someone in the comments will say whether I'm 100% correct or not, but I'm pretty sure Nimona
Oops,
is they
they're
them.
here?
Ooh! Oh.
Or are they?
I don't know. This is a ghost.
I think Coots is babysitting us. That's what it is. Like, are they talking about me?
Oh.
We were kind of shit talking Coots, so he was summoned. You know, speak of the devil, and he will appear.
We
Scoliosis!
said his name 3 times.
Coots,
Um,
Coots, Coots.
but no, I like that. With me, representation matters because it's nice to see someone like ourselves represented on TV, movies, comic books, video games. Yes, of course. But what I don't like is when there's no representation, people who aren't us, who aren't like us, don't get to know about us. And there's an example I'm going to use, and I'm going to use their names because I don't hate this person. I actually love this person as a celebrity. I used to watch this talk show back when it was on the air called The Real. And The Real was hosted by women of color. There, there was, hi, Coots. You look exhausted.
Oh.
Allie.
Nimona is gender fluid.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that movie. I love Nimona.
That was very good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Um, but like I was saying, it was hosted by a few people, and one of those people was Tamara. Anyone here familiar with Sister Sister?
Tia Tamara?
Tia and Tamara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tamara, one of the twins, was one of the co-hosts for that show, and they were talking about Bert and Ernie and whether or not they were gay, because that was a big topic at that time. And they were saying like the creator, I think, said that they weren't, but there wouldn't be anything wrong with it, but they just aren't. They're roommates, as were we all with our roommates back in the day. But Tamara basically started saying stuff like, "My kids don't care what Muppet is sleeping with who," and she basically went to the sexual place. No other co-host made it a sexual thing. Just because you're talking about being gay doesn't mean that you have to talk about gay sex. Gay loving relationships exist. Gay friendships exist. You don't have to automatically go to a sexual place. And that's why a lot of people are uncomfortable with the subject of gay people because they automatically go to butt stuff. And
That's
that's just
because
not
the loudest people are heard the most.
Yeah.
exactly. Right?
And it's like look at you, Jose. Like look at you and Mike. You know, you two are great people. I love both of you. And you two are not like what people show on TV and fucking TV shows and shit like that. Like it's not the stereotypical
Right.
gay couple. It's just two dudes that are gay,
Yeah.
that are married, and we love you
Yeah.
because you guys are great.
And see, and that's kind of what you're kind of touching on what I was gonna bring up in a little bit. Is that because I was mad at this woman, Tamara, for bringing sex into it and all this other stuff, and I'm like, look, there's more to me than who I sleep with. I am married to a man that I love with all of my heart. We
You
have
have
two
kids.
amazing, yeah, we have two amazing sons together. We own this house. We go to work. We hate work, but we do it because we have to, because we live in America. Well, we live on planet Earth, and we have to work on this planet. Um,
Whoa.
but the thing is, those characters that you see on TV that you mentioned, like the stereotype, there are people who are like that, and it's important to show them.
Can
It is.
confirm.
But what we're asking is that we also show people who are gay but are not like that. I want to see a spectrum of gay characters. So this gay character on this TV show is very like, "Hey girl, did you watch Drag Race?" And then the gay person on this TV show is like, "Yo, you want to play some football?" Like, I
That's
want
why I
that. I
love
want
Nimona. That's
variety.
why I love the storyline of Nimona because they didn't overdo like how we're back in like the early like mid 2010s. Everything was so overly gay. And Nimona just did it right. It was just he's gay.
Yep.
Cherry on the plot line. Like it wasn't like such a big gigantic deal what they used to make it as. As
Yeah.
just okay, he's gay.
I think the issue that a lot of shows, games, movies, and media in general kind of fall victim
The
to
Skittles.
is it is the Skittles all the way. Um, a lot of
See the rainbow,
times
taste the rainbow.
when we do think of gay or bi or whatever, it's such a specifically romantic or sexual thing that at least especially definitely early on, people were like, well, how else can we show it? You know, without kind of like either forcing it in there or hyper focusing on it. And because I know one of the things is kind of like Dumbledore and how it's like, oh
Mm,
yeah, he's gay. I was like,
no,
what?
he's not.
Wait,
No, he's
really?
not. No. It never happened in the books or in the movies. It was never shown. You can't just write a project, release it, and then say, "Oh, by the way, this person's gay." Well, then put it in the damn book.
As a writer, that is such a shitty, poor, horrible mechanic for like showing how you're. I mean, you hear it all the time in writing things: show don't tell, show don't tell, show don't tell. Okay, great, Dumbledore, you're telling us that Dumbledore is gay. Where is it shown? Where is it shown? It's not shown. And I'm not, complaining about Dumbledore being gay. I have obviously no problem with Dumbledore being gay. It would be great if Dumbledore was gay. It'd be cool. We would have an actual gay character in Harry Potter. But I'm complaining about her as a writer. That was shitty. That was stupid. It was awful. And I don't know. I don't think personally, and maybe I'm being a bit of an elitist right now, but posting something on Twitter for your book, your like hundreds of thousands of words that you have written and published, posting like a couple sentences on Twitter, I don't necessarily know that that should be canon. I don't know. I don't know.
So
Yeah.
Emma, I just want to caveat something completely different off of that though, real quick. So let's say like the thing too, like with let's say people's reactions to D&D. So Emma, how many gay characters you played in my campaigns?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How many? What would you consider John Stonefoot?
Woo!
And
Is there
that's
like a plus
hmm?
sign that you can add to the end of the word pansexual?
Yes, yes.
If it exists,
Um,
I will fuck it.
Oh,
if you
darling, I don't know
guys
what you're
listening,
talking about.
if you guys are listening and you have no idea what these two are talking about, that's okay because I don't either.
Same.
But basically, like in my D&D campaign, like a lot of people that we had in there at first was very homophobic. Like a lot of
Mhm.
people that we had originally, and I'm very open. Emma's very open, and we basically just went, okay, they're gay, okay, they're lesbian, okay, they're bi, and just it's
Mhm.
such a normal thing now with D&D. The people who play my games, it's just like, who gives a shit? It's just
Yeah.
a preference. It's a sexual preference. It's like I hate it when people are like, oh, gay people, they just really just go, I want to fuck that dude. Bi people are like, I want to fuck both of those types of genders. It's like, no, it's just
I
I
did
mean, sexual
play.
desire is a thing, and there's
it
nothing
is,
wrong
but
with a
like it's not the
character
whole
expressing that.
personality.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Like I'm not going around every 5 minutes going, "Oh, there's a guy, there's a
Mm-hmm.
guy, there's a guy. I want them in bed." Contrary to popular rumor, but that's just not who I am.
It's not like I look at Jill and
Yeah,
go, oh man, I love my wife. They look at you, oh hey Jose, you want to fuck?
no.
I did play in one campaign one time. This was an in-person campaign back when I was in high school, where I was like, okay, I want to play and this was before I knew that I was bisexual. So this is like baby me, like I guess experimenting with
I
the
remember
concept of
this
playing with
age.
women. And but I was like, I want to play. I don't remember if I wanted to play a bisexual character or if I wanted to play a lesbian character. But I remember I was a woman and I wanted to explore romantic women in this world. And I was thinking like, okay, whatever. It's fucking D&D. Like, there's one of my party members is a fucking
You were
half
bi.
dragon. Well, yeah. And was no, this wasn't with you. This was in
Oh,
person,
I
and I'll
thought
tell
this
you
was
why in a
mine.
second.
Okay.
This was in person, but somebody in the campaign was a dragonborn. Like he spits fire out of his mouth. Somebody else has horns on their head. Like there's angels and gods and all this kind of stuff. Like it's a fantasy world.
I
It's
love
it's
tieflings.
fine. My DM was like, okay, you can be, whatever you want to be, but that's not going to go over well in the world. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you can't be gay in this time period. I'm like, dude, there's fucking fairies, literal fairies, and mermaids, and dragons, and kobolds, and goblins, and orcs, and magic, and you're gonna tell me that the word, like the standard of fucking medieval human society applies here? This is ridiculous. I played like 2
You-
sessions and then I quit because I hated
You're
that
right.
I was
shit.
No, King John was always noted to fight with the orcs, and then he would bring in his assistants of the Aasimar to go fight the goblins inside the dwarvish caves. Like that's a given of English history. I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah,
I-
of
when
course.
you started when you started talking about, oh, there's fairies, I'm like, where's she going with this?
Like, wait a minute. Okay.
But
So-
it's just like it was wild.
So we got into the part where Allie talks about she likes titties.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, you
yes,
missed
that
it.
part.
No,
Missed it.
damn, I missed it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, Jose started it. He said that being, I almost said on the spectrum, and I realized that would have been something completely different.
Me and Emma, Emma Stem,
Actually,
and my son.
and your
It's-
son.
in sociology, I learned this last semester. Sexuality is viewed as a spectrum. There's, I think it's like 6 or 7 layers of basically like it's like a chart. It's got like 6 or 7 layers to it. It's like very homosexual, like entirely homosexual. There's predominantly homosexual with like I think the phrasing was like instances of heterosexuality. Then
Gay
there's
light.
like somewhere in
Sometimes
the
them
middle,
tits look good.
and then it just keeps going. And but yeah, so it is technically it is a spectrum. Yes.
Like Ali and I discussed during our Geek Bites episode that we recorded and stuff. Like I told her, like I like titties and stuff, but just not in the same way that Ali likes titties.
Yay!
Like I had a friend and she had these really, really big titties and
Go
they
on.
made an amazing pillow and stuff. Like I could fall asleep on them. They were fabulous titties. But did I want to do anything else with them other than use them as a pillow? No.
Oh.
And there's Allie just like, hi, I'm gonna motorboat you now. Have a good day.
Hello. Goodbye.
And I
And welcome to Wicked
I
Encounters. Today we're-
I love it.
but yeah. So one thing I noticed also, but with representation, when we do get it, is we're not always happy. For example, there was a show that
I am.
I was watching that that had a bisexual character, and
We
his first
died.
relationship that was what? No, well,
If
no,
you're
he died in
here are
real
the
life.
rules.
Right.
The rules are as followed. If you're gay, you fuck by the end of it. If you're bi, you die. If you're lesbian, something tragic is going to happen to where you and your partner do not stay together, like either one of you are going to die, suddenly come down with a terminal illness, or it just doesn't work out and it really sucks.
So what you're
They
telling
kill
me
you
is
gay
3 of us are gonna
Yep.
die and Jose is gonna be the one that has sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they s- and
God
they
damn,
say
your
life's
top
not
came
fair.
out.
It's
And they
it's a
say-
trope in fantasy. It's called kill your
is.
gays.
Basically, and I have an example of that too.
I don't
but
want to die.
this character was bi. Now the character never died, but his actor unfortunately recently did.
So isn't
and
it
this is
kind of the
on-
same?
Kinda. No, this was in the adventures, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Ambrose, her
Oh.
cousin. He is bi, and his first relationship that's shown on screen was to another man. Then, for the rest of the series, he was with a woman. And people were saying that, oh, you gotta make him be with someone new because like if they just see him with a woman, they're just gonna think he's straight. I'm like, no, motherfucker. If I was bi and I was married to a man, that doesn't make me no longer bi because I can see a woman over there and be like, oh, she hot.
No, that's
You
not true. Once you get married, that's
No.
it. You've locked
Oh, that's
in.
it.
You've chosen your
Yeah,
side.
100%. Yep.
So
Mhm.
you chose your side then?
Yeah.
Yep. Me and Allie are both straight heterosexuals now.
I'm the sexuality of fat tits, man or woman.
Allie just looks at a guy on the beach. Damn, you got some nice titties."
Damn, you got some nice titties.
Sorry, I had to collect myself there.
This guy's just like,
Um,
what are you doing, ma'am? I'm having fun.
They're so well waxed.
But what Emma said about killing off your gays, I remember I was a big fan of the TV series The Vampire Diaries.
Don't they
And
all
it's spin-off-
die?
Every single gay character introduced in that
Not the
motherfucking
black
show has
with long
died.
hair. What was his name? I can't remember, but I loved him. He was
Which one?
muscular. He was a chef. He had long hair. He was black. He was gay.
On Vampire Diaries?
I'm pretty sure that's True Blood. Never mind.
True Blood. Oh no, oh, that actor died, but not the. I don't think
Oh
the character did.
no! I loved him. He was so perfect.
Lafayette. Lafayette.
I
you
don't know
mean?
his name.
Yeah, he. Unfortunately, the actor did pass away.
Oh
So did the
no!
actor. Yeah, so did the actor who played Ambrose on Sabrina. He also passed away recently, unfortunately. Um, but no, but like on Vampire Diaries, they killed off every gay character on its spinoff. They killed off any gay character they introduced. Finally, there was a third spinoff, and then finally we got gay characters who made it to the end alive.
Yeah! Hell yeah, brother!
But
We're growing!
I was like, can we have just one character who doesn't freaking kick the bucket, please?
You can't say that
Like,
because
every
now
gay
you will
character.
only have one.
Oh. Can we have
Us.
100 characters? Not kidding.
Jose, I just
Uh,
realized there's something important we probably didn't do yet that I need you to do, being the token gay man here in this podcast.
Oh my god, we just talked about that too. Go
We
ahead.
need a token straight.
That's what we do. We need a token straight.
I
Alright, so
need
No
what do you
offense
think
to
I
the
have to do?
Straggots out there, but we need a token Straggot.
Any volunteers?
I need you
Right.
to be the classic '90s gay guy in any movie, real quick.
You want me to die?
No. The
Oh,
personality.
Oh, okay, sure. One moment. I will do that right now.
Yep.
You know, with Emma in pink and me in black, it's almost just like, hey, you want to be a stereotype? I'm the butch
That was
lesbian.
it.
You did great. You did great. Right there. That was an Oscar-worthy performance, I think.
Beautiful.
And so that everybody else had to miss it whenever the video glitched, right, Allie?
Yeah. What?
No, that was pretty much it because like we didn't really exist, but when we did, it was always like "Hey,
Hypersexualized.
girlfriend, how you doing? Like, oh my god, sorry I'm late. I had 3 guys and I had to please them all." Like, it was all basically very that. And do those gay guys exist? Yes, and I love those gay
I was
guys
gonna
who are
say,
like
keep
that.
going. I'm enjoying where this is going. We're gonna go to the mall later. Let's go.
Oh, girl, please, no. Prada and up, okay?
No, I'll get you something
Uh,
from Pretzel Ann's. Let's go. Don't act like you're picky or expensive.
You want me to eat carbs?
Yeah.
No, but that's the kind of stereotype. That's the kind of character that we saw. And again, those people exist, and it is just as important to show them as it is to show other types of gays. But we don't have that. We don't have that balance. And with bisexual characters, like they put them on screen, and people aren't happy because they're either with a girl or with a guy. And I'm like, what do you want them to be polyamorous and be with 2 people? I mean, we could do that too.
And then that goes into another stereotype, though. Because there's the other
Exactly.
side of it, too. There are the entertaining stereotypes, but then there's also the stereotype that every single gay man is a loose whore. And that he can't be in a monogamous relationship. It's impossible. Men are just so hyped up on getting they dick wet in a booty or a butt or a, vag, whatever.
about is sex 24/7.
A booty? Wait. A booty or a butt?
Yeah. Sometimes you got them thick cheeks. Sometimes you're a wall, but you still have technically cheeks in order to
Oh, yes. I love this straight line like a ruler with a crease in the middle.
I love
mean,
this straight, which I am 100%.
Emma,
She's not
I have a
interested.
question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Remember you told me about autism and in the spectrum?
Yeah.
Did you tell that yet?
Yeah.
How like people who are autistic
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, they did a study, and I don't remember who they is, but I looked this up back when I was in sociology. Just fucking googling sociology shit and autism because that shit's fascinating. But people who are on the spectrum tend to be, not always of course, but tend to be more like fluid with their gender, or they see gender as more of a spectrum. So a lot of the
Yes.
times, I mean, normally you could still have just like a normal, like, hey, I'm a girl, hey, I'm a boy. But if you do have someone who's on the spectrum, a lot of the times they are, non-binary or trans or gender fluid or something like that, because they just view the societal expectations of their gender as more of a
Yeah.
spectrum. And I so I always thought that was just really cool.
I actually heard that actually when was it? 2 days ago. I was watching I follow this trans YouTuber, and she was reacting to someone talking about her, and she mentioned that, and I was like, huh, I never heard that before. But then I went online and I saw some research, and it was too long, didn't read. Uh, but it's nice to know that the study does exist. Um, so Emma, you said that Wonder Woman was someone that really affected you when you watched it, because seeing a woman pretty much headline her own movie, and plus it had a female director as well. But what was a character that was LGBT that really you felt a connection to? Like you felt seen almost.
Adora from She-Ra, if I'm being honest. Like, not to be like, oh, I felt like I was the protagonist, but because she's so goal driven and
Hmm.
very, very goal oriented. She's it's just kind of like a background mind, kind of,
Hmm.
or it's like something that's in the background of her mind. And so you go like, there's hints of it even in the very first couple episodes. There's hints of it, and as you go, like it starts to get like a little bit more and more, but she's never like very focused on it. And then it becomes this whole thing, and she's like, and oh, I don't. Mild spoilers for She-Ra, the Princess of Power. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's incredible. But you have, I think it was the second to last or the last episode where, Katra is trying to stop her from effectively sacrificing herself to go and save the world.
Hmm.
And she's like, you just stay once, like stay for me. And it's kind of when like Adora like kind of realizes like, oh hey, maybe I could do my goal, but also do the thing that makes me happy too. And I don't know, I just felt like I'm very goal oriented. So I kind of felt like that. Also, she drools over women a lot in the show, and it's very funny, and I understand exactly how she feels.
All right. How about you, Al?
What was the question?
What is a character from a TV show, movie, video game, book, whatever that is LGBT that you felt like a connection to? Like you felt like you were seen. They were like, there's someone like me.
I'm gonna go to the line this real quick. Continue.
Hmm.
Um,
I have another one if you want to have time to think.
yeah, you do. I
Yeah,
think.
okay. We also talked about Nimona as well. So I would
Hmm.
also say Nimona, but for slightly different reasons. It's mostly because like I so like Nimona's going around. She's like, I'm a monster. The way people perceive you is what you are. There's just something like inherently, and she just goes around for the majority of the movie being like, there's something not that she's ashamed of it, but she's kind of owning it. But she's like, there's something wrong with me. I'm a monster. I am a villain, I'm a bad guy because that is the way that the world sees me. And therefore, because they see me as different, I just have to keep doing that. And this does kind of go back to the autism thing. Like, I grew up constantly thinking there was something wrong with me because I did not fit in with people and I didn't know what the fuck it was, but I knew there was something different about me that made me never fit in. And so these people's perceptions of me very much became something that I had to embody. So you have that, and of course she's gender fluid, which I know I'm wearing pink and makeup, and I really like to dress like a girly girl, but I am
Nothing wrong with that.
non-binary. And I see femininity as a mask to wear. It's a costume that I put on. Like if I go out downtown, I 95% of the time I'm gonna wear like the sluttiest shirt I got. I'm gonna wear the tiniest mini skirt with the highest heels because dressing like a my call my hoe clothes. Dressing in my hoe clothes is a costume for me to go and have fun and play pretty girl. And but yeah, so that's just like Nimona was another one for me too, because I also
Hmm.
really I feel that in here.
Cool.
Did I give you enough time?
Yeah, I would say mine was Liliana from Dragon Age Origins, because that was one
Yes.
of the first representations that I ever saw in a game. So when I went into Dragon Age Origins, I didn't know anything about it. I just thought it was a really cool dark fantasy. And I decided to play as a female city elf, which has a lot of really bad things happening to you when you play a female city elf.
Hmm.
So I'm playing as that game. I'm playing as that game. I'm playing as that chick, and I get Alistair, I get Morrigan, and then Liliana joins the group, and she's this very much she says that she sees visions, or like she has like the Maker speaks to her, who's the god in Dragon Age, and she's one of the people where in the end you can affect her personality by either telling her to double down on her desire to kill people.
I'm muted. Well, let me know when you're done because I'm currently playing Origins. Continue.
You haven't gotten to that part yet? Well, no, you know how she shoots arrows?
All right, now I turn my sound back.
My question was like, you know how she shoots arrows and stuff? Enjoys you on killing?
I haven't gotten that far.
Wow, you really just began. All right, mute yourself.
Yeah.
Yep, muting myself.
So in Dragon Age Inquisition, you can decide to either harden Alistair or Liliana, which, as funny as that sounds in regards to making Alistair hard, it pretty much gets rid of the innocence that they really hold on to in the world. And for Liliana, you can have her do that by pretty much saying you're a killer and you love it. You love tricking people. You love assassinations, sabotage. You love everything that comes down with being a horrible person. Or you can continue giving her the idea that there's good in the world. She should continue trying to be that spark of hope. And from there, she like flirts very sweetly. Like, I personally think it's adorable what she says. I understand why some people find it to be creepy, but it's stuff that where when I'm in love with someone, I don't really care about the perception. So I think that's the main thing that a lot of people don't like, where it's like you see these cutscenes that happen where a character is being really flirtatious or showing how dedicated they are to you. And some people view those as red flags, like, ooh, red flag, clingy. And it's like, no, if I'm the person, I love being spoken to sweetly. I love hearing kind gestures or feelings that, you know, while I don't have to be here and you'd be fine if I wasn't here, you like the fact that I am here and you feel better just having me be in your presence. And I love the characters that show that when you romance them. It's like, even though it's coded and it's just a character, it's that personality that says, I love you and I will go anywhere you go in order to keep you safe. And, you know, for me, Liliana had that vibe while still being incredibly feminine, because most women-loving women that are portrayed are like kind of tomboys or whatever. And that really sucked seeing that, because I like being that person, ma'am. So having someone where it was a female character, she tells you very blatantly she's interested in you, and she says the sweetest of things. So I think that's where it started for me, because then I immediately got Mass Effect so that I could fuck Liara.
That does not surprise me with you. You're just like, you see Liara, you're like, I don't know what this game's going to be about, but Liara.
I don't know what this game is about, but I see tentacles, I see titties, and I see ass. Let's go.
I see blue.
I see a lot of blue.
I hear that. I know I do.
You know, I love that character because what you said, and I like that you mentioned about people say that's red flags. For me, it's a red flag when they're giving you like generic compliments, you know, that really have nothing to do with you. But when Liliana does it, she is pointing out stuff about you, your personality, things that you've done, and she's turning it into compliments. And that, to me, not a red flag. But I also love how you said that we can try to make her sweet and innocent and hold on to hope, or we can let her become everything that turns Emma on. About assassins.
I'll take. It sounds like I'll take her either way. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
Both versions are great.
And it was just like,
I don't think a single podcast has gone by where we have not mentioned my love of assassins. Which
I know.
I'm not sure if that's my autistic hyperfixation, or that I'm just
It's
shoving
your
onto
autistic
you guys?
hyperfixation. That Middle Eastern history is your hyperfixation.
What are you
Each-
talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I mean, what's
Um,
mine? Well, what's my hyperfocus with history?
History.
Fucking
You're
Britain.
werewolves.
PTSD.
I said Britain.
So-
Britain with a D.
So
Britannia.
yeah.
so Coots, what is
Britannica.
a character that's LGBT that you
Captain
felt connected
Jack
to?
from Doctor Who.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never watched
That's
Doctor
right.
Who.
As well, you
Me
should.
them either, but I know who that is.
My entire time
He was
growing
also
up
in
as a,
Torchwood.
Don't
Yeah, it
know.
was.
Never saw that.
growing up as a kid, like, Southern Baptist family, just you are straight and you're gonna be straight. God praise him. You do any gay shit, you're going to hell.
Hell yeah,
My
brother.
parents did that, but the first time I had sex was with a guy. I went to school with him. He's now completely gay. His name is Wesley. I love that guy. So
Hey, Wesley.
Hi.
with Captain Jack, it made me realize that, like, because he plays both sides, and he's not the typical what we saw in our younger years of being like, oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun. Let's go over here. He was a very masculine character, but would flirt with both sides. Like, I resonate with this. I understand this. I like this
Mhm.
guy because he's just being himself. He's just being charismatic, and I think I'm a pretty decently charismatic person. Like, this guy's awesome. I like this guy, and that's kind of like that's where I finally felt comfortable because that's kind of like how, in a way, I am. I would say.
So I didn't even really know for sure until, like, I mean, because you've talked about it, and I knew
Mhm.
about the first person you had sex with, but I wasn't sure if you, because I mean, I've met men who had sex with men, and they're like,
Yeah.
one and done. I'm not, I'm not gay
Mhm.
or I'm not bi and whatever. So like, I never really did talk to you about that. And then you confirmed. I was like, no, I am bi. I am LGBT. And I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. Let's move on. um, with me, I know there probably is one, but I can't think of just one, but there are definitely different characters that I have something I can relate to. Because I mean, as humans, like, yeah, like we're layered. There's a lot of
Yeah.
layers to this onion, and and for example, with Iceman from the X-Men, the fact that he didn't come out on his own. Jean Grey read his mind and outed him.
That bitch.
I know, right? I didn't really come out on my own. Like, there were family members who felt it and they knew and stuff, but I never got a chance to actually come out with my own voice.
wife.
Yeah, that.
That just sounds like.
Jose dated my wife.
I just feel like as soon as you said that, you were just like, remember that time you had sex
Hey,
with my
you know what?
wife?
No, that never happened.
It was an
Boy, that
AOL
was such a
relationship,
time
all right?
for
Let
you
me-
to realize
let
that
me
you
ex-
were gay.
Let me explain this for people who are
Just
watching this
right in
damn
there.
YouTube channel.
Balls deep,
I-
clapping all about, just being
I
like,
have-
you know what? I don't think I like vagina. Just pew, 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 pew.
No, yeah. Jill and I had sex, and she broke my body because she's super tough, and that's why I'm gay now.
You got a
No,
concussion too. Okay,
No. I'm actually what's known as a gold star gay. I have never been with a woman in any way. I've never kissed a woman. Jill was someone I met in an AOL chat room, and we became fast friends. And then, I don't remember if I think I asked her or she asked me. I don't know. One of us asked the other to be in a relationship, and I thought it was perfect because people were starting to suspect that I was gay. So I figured I
The
could have a
perfect
girlfriend,
cover.
And
Wait,
exactly,
Jill was your beard?
Jill was my beard. And Jill.
Did you tell her at least?
Oh, she knew
yeah,
before I knew.
she knew.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she knew.
But she loved me in her way, and I loved her in mine, and we're best friends. We
Yeah.
compare ourselves to Will and Grace. She is my Grace. I am her Will, because they dated in that show. Before Will was like, never mind, I'm gay. Yes.
Do you ever realize that when you say she's my grace, I am her will, it sounds like she is your beauty, you are her death?
Jesus Christ.
Dear God, no.
She's the beauty, I'm the money. Ha 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 ha. Like, okay.
Also, no.
Allie, you've
But
been
no,
reading too much cryptid
yeah.
stuff. Calm down.
I'm so
I know, right?
tired.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, So Iceman is I relate to him for that reason. Then there are other characters who I saw that they were struggling with their sexuality because of their faith, their religion, and that was very much something that I dealt with. Being gay, but also being first raised Catholic, and then I went to be more Pentecostal, born again Christian. Being gay was something that really did not fit into my plan. And it was a very dark time for me. So any character that kind of struggles with that, I can really relate to. And that's I'm shrinking as I speak.
You and Mike both.
um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, true. Excuse me. But I think the one character I relate to the most was Vaniel from my favorite book, that I mentioned in our book episode, The Last Herald
Yep.
Mage. Because I remember thinking that there was something wrong with me. Why don't I fit in? Why don't I do this? And then, I kind of realized, that I am different in a way. Excuse me. I am gay. And then the stuff that he went through in that book, to accept who he was fully was something that I can relate to because I didn't fully accept myself right away. And I'm more confident now. I mentioned that I'm gay in like every episode, but I'm not fully
No.
I'm still not 100% comfortable with who I am. I still struggle very much with my identity, whether that be, my sexual preferences, and or activities, my religion, my, everyday life. Like it doesn't always mesh well. And I kind of sometimes I struggle with that. So seeing characters like that, I can definitely relate to that. That's why representation is so important. What I don't like is because I said I want people who being gay is not everything, every part of their character, that there's layers to them. But I still want characters to be known to be gay, bi, trans, non binary. For example, there's some characters that I could probably mention right now who are LGBT, and you'll be like, oh, really? Or you guys might know because you're geeks like me. But like, look at in DC Comics, Constantine.
Yep.
He's bisexual.
Yes, he is.
Doesn't he fuck a
You
shark?
tell
Constantine, the warrior of Christ, is bi.
So you go around and
Take
you
that,
tell
God.
people, yeah, you tell these fanboys that this guy who chain smokes and is all whatever that
I
he's
love
bisexual, he
Constantine.
likes men, and my God, they flip the fuck out and they say, no, that has to be something recent. The comic books are going woke. I'm like, no, mate, that's been
That's
that's
been a
been
thing.
a thing for many
And
many
like
years.
with me, one of my
De-
favorite things I
Deadpool.
love to say, being raised by my dad's a deacon, my grandfather was a pastor, my uncle's a pastor, my cousin's a pastor. I grew up in a very big church family. My favorite thing
Mhm.
to always bring up is Sodom and Gomorrah, because everybody goes, "Oh, the gays." Sodom and Gomorrah was not about homosexuality, and it says that
It's
in the
about
Bible, but
Hmm.
religion changes it every single time you go into a church saying, "Oh, it's the gays." It had nothing to do with gay people. It had literally nothing to do with it.
It
But
was the rape.
religion skewed it. It was the rape. It was the debauchery. It was the murder. It was just a horrible
Mass
place. It had
orgies
nothing to do
in
with
the
homosexuality.
street.
Yes,
Sodomy and
raping
all that. Yeah.
killing children. Like it was like that's what it was. That's why I hate people like, oh, Son of Gomorrah was for gay people. It's like, no, no, it wasn't. It
Yep.
was about how horrible it was. Stop saying what you want and putting it in somewhere else and being like, oh, this is why. No,
Yep.
it's not. So stop lying about the thing that's literally written here in a book that everybody can read, but nobody wants to.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like everything is the gays, and I kind of wish that I can
Mhm.
form a rainbow every time I do this, like the gays.
if I had one
But
superpower, it would be to make a rainbow every time I do this. That would be a
well,
good fucking
we have an
superpower.
editor, Emma. We have an editor who could add rainbows when we do this.
Just take a
So let's just do
book.
this.
It's in
It's
a book. Reading Rainbow.
Please.
Listen,
You
I
know,
already do enough
no.
fucking editing with Allie's videos, especially the fact of since people don't listen to her fucking shit on the podcast, we don't have any fucking viewers. Somebody's a little bit late on their audio, and I had 24 hours to get the video in today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Guys, this is Table of Geeks, not Wicked Encounter. Okay, leave her alone.
Yeah, bitch.
Also, Emma, I want to comment off something else too, which is I don't know if I can incorporate this in the LGBT. Just something I want to bring up too. It's like the fact of you were mentioning how you thought you were off and different and weird from everybody else, right? And like how like Namona kind of like feeling, right? You saw me with Talmy and all of them, and it was kind of like the same thing. I was bullied. I use self-deprecating humor constantly because they bullied the fuck out of me.
Mm.
But as soon as I met Emma, me and her have been best friends for 11 years. Like,
Yep.
and I found that almost all my friends I have now are on the spectrum because they understand me, unlike people who aren't. And they just think you're stupid or you're weird. It's like it's nice because I have friends that don't act like that anymore.
Fun fact, neurodivergent people flock together, which
Mm-hmm.
means if you have a friend that is got a diagnosis for either ADHD or autism, you, you should go get checked.
For
Allie,
AIDS or
yes, for AIDS,
Yeah, obviously.
maybe some hepatitis in there.
joke's on you. I've already been tested. Because you have to be tested in order to donate plasma.
Yep.
Ah,
Mm.
smart.
I'm not allowed to. Even if I do get tested, I'm
I
not allowed to
know,
accept.
that's really
I
fucking
think that's so
stupid.
fucking crazy.
I
Oh!
have to. I have to be celibate for I forget how long.
5
'Cause I can't
years.
have. Yeah, I can't have sex with a man for quite a long time, and being married to one and a horn dog at that, I can't accomplish that. So
I thought
love you,
it was
honey.
so interesting in that I don't, kind of like Haku said in regards to the Bible about how, oh, it was the gays. The gays did it. Yeah, it really is just sodomy. Christians really hate anal. And to that, I just say, listen, you don't have to do anal. It's okay. Sometimes you just need a little hand. Sometimes you need a mouth. Sometimes you need a toy or a paper bag or a sock, I guess, and Pikachu, I guess. Oh God.
You said toy.
But like in like a lot of places, it wasn't being gay that was the problem. It was the butt sex, which is really
Right.
funny because for prostitutes, the issue was people thought they were having butt sex.
Yep. But you know
That's
what? Let me touch on that because we've had three people. Well, all four of us have touched on religion in some way, shape, or form. Um, but we're not bashing Christianity or Christians in general because that would be an oversimplification. Like, there are definitely great Christians out there. I remember when I came out to my pastor, he never said that he approved. He never said that, that it whatever. He never put a stamp of approval on it per se, but he never treated me badly. And he told me that if I can be with Mike, who's now my husband, he was my boyfriend then, but he's my husband now. If I could be with Mike and love him and still follow God with the same love and passion that I always have, he said to me, "How can I tell you that you're going to hell? How can And that to me is a true Christian. He
Yeah,
may not agree with it, he may not approve of me being gay, and he probably doesn't, but he never condemned me,
because
and
the whole point is to love. Is that the whole point of being Christian is to love
exactly.
and accept people and not to show hate.
Right. Right. Exactly. And I know he'll probably never see this, but Pastor Rob, wherever you are, that meant the world to me. I love you, man. Thank you so much. You were a great influence on me. But yeah, so that's what but unfortunately, like Coot said earlier, it's those who speak the loudest that get the attention. And, there are people speaking very loudly against us. They
Westboro
want to make
Baptist
laws.
Church.
Yeah. They want to create laws against us. They want to rewrite their own religion to be used against us. And those are the people that if we talk badly about Christians, those are the Christians we're talking about. We're not talking about everybody who is of that faith or the many denominations of that faith. But
We're talking
almost
about
every single
religion, not belief.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Most people who are LGBTQ in some way have been hurt in some way by someone because of their religion. And it unfortunately is something that still happens to this day. And unfortunately, I don't see that going away anytime soon. But just know that whoever you are, whatever you consider yourself to be, whatever you believe in and stuff, that there are people out there who will accept you, will love you, will keep you safe. And that is why representation is really important because we want to show people that there's more out there, that we don't have to end in tragedy. You don't have to feel like you're alone and that the world is always going to hate you. We need to show people who are LGBT and they're single and they're happy. They're in relationships and they're happy. There's people, show them that there's people who can work in sports, work in musical theater, work in technology. There's people who can do anything basically.
Serve in the
And being
military.
LGBT, serve in the military, preach, all that stuff, and still be who you are, be true to who you are, and it is safe, and you are loved and stuff. So never feel like you're alone, and that's the most important thing about pride, It's not like, yay, I'm gay. No, it is fact that we're here, we exist, and we are together, and
We're
we will
people.
not, yeah, and we will not be erased. That is basically the most important part of Pride. It is not a parade, although those are fun. It is not, a drag show, although those are also fun. I was just going to some.
Mm-hmm.
It is not walking around the street in your underwear, waving a rainbow flag, although well, I haven't done that, but it looks
Not
fun.
if it's a
Fun. It's
family.
real fun.
Not if it's a
It's real
family
fun.
parade. No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't stay in
Okay.
undies in the family parade. That's why they have specific
Yeah,
18
I don't.
plus ones.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like, yeah, and it's okay to drag queens to read the kids. That's not, you know,
There's nothing wrong with
us
reading a
restraining them.
book.
If you're gonna see drag shows,
Exactly.
be like me and my wife and go to a gay nightclub.
Exactly. So it is totally okay to be who you are and be honest with who you are and stuff. As long as I just be safe about it, and you're not alone. That's basically the best message that I can think of when it comes to Pride.
And
We can talk about gays.
and even though being gay and that are sexualities is also cool to not be interested in sex with anyone at all. It's called asexual, and you
Exactly.
people exist as
Yes.
well.
My ex
Yes.
is technically asexual.
See, sometimes I'm
I think-
serious.
Yeah, and listen, it's also important that we're kind to ourselves, each other, meaning within the community itself. It's so easy for us to tear each other down. I'm currently dealing with some rumors that are being spread about me. I was telling Ellie about this earlier. I'm not going to get into it, but it really brought me down today. Like, I actually almost didn't want to do this podcast because it was hard for me to feel pride. Because the people attacking me with these rumors are people within my own community. And I did not like that. But that is not everybody in the LGBT plus community. We are,
Well,
for the most part, loving each other.
for that, I would actually say it goes to show that the community is not always just one thing, but it is
Exactly.
a spectrum. And it is full of personalities of all different kinds, from those who like fashion, those who like games, those who like Harley Davidson's
Mhm.
hell yeah brother, and
brother.
and sometimes there's an asshole, but they're still
Yep.
valid.
Look,
And,
we're all some of us are assholes, some of us are saints and stuff. That's what but same thing with other people in other communities, the Christian community, other religion communities. There are saints and assholes everywhere,
Oh my
but
god,
don't
there's so many in the pagan community. I swear, dude, like I love them. Don't get me wrong. We may agree on a lot of things, but there are some assholes, dude.
it's the
It's like-
same
it's like- it's like-
thing.
The
Oh.
divide with like Asatru is like with
Patriotism.
people, it's like you have
Mm.
like in the belief of Asatru, Odin and Thor both dress as women to learn the magic from women, and technically the first trans people to happen in history, according to Asatru. Now on the other side, you have people who are in prison who are neo-Nazis who worship Odin and say they're Asatru and say they need to kill all gays.
Hmm.
Religion.
Yeah, I love people say, like, I want a Hercules. I'm like, Hercules has sex with men too, right?
What if they're just like, yeah?
Then number.
Yeah.
But guys, this has been a very amazing episode. Coots, I'm very happy that you were able to join us, and Emma as well. We missed you having you on this podcast. And just remember, guys, Pride, celebrate it your way. Pride means so many different things to so many different people within this community. And we have, there's people out there who are mad that we're in movies now, we're in comic books, we're in video games. Let them be mad, because you know what? We're making it. We're making progress. We still have a ways to go. Happy Pride to everyone. Be safe, be happy, be loved. That is what really matters. And if I don't see a rainbow on this video when I see it on YouTube, when I go like this, Coots may never be on this podcast again because he won't be alive. Not kidding.
If I don't
I
see a
own the
fucking rainbow
Discord.
every time someone
Fuck
does
me.
this, okay, then I'm gonna be upset.
And we've brought up Christianity, Norse mythology, and paganism, and I just want to make sure that everybody hears Hail Satan, because we
All right,
believe in
there
the
we go, Allie.
spectrum.
Hail Hydra.
Oh no.
Hail me.
No, wait, they're Nazis, aren't they? Never mind.
Oh, Jesus!
They're Nazis. They're even worse than regular Nazis.
Ah!
Hail Betty White.
Yes, Queen. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye.
Truss.
Bye.
Hola.
There we go.